What's going on YouTube? It's Vinny here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to install new spark plugs on your 2007 to 2011 Honda CRV. What you guys are going to need is a 3/8 ratchet with a 10mm socket, short or long. And then you're going to need a spark plug socket with 3/8 extensions. The spark plug socket size is 5/8. And on the inside of it, it has like this rubber piece that grabs onto the spark plug to help pull it out. All right, so what you're gonna do first is remove 4 10mm bolts. One here, here, under here, and here. And then once those are removed, you can remove your cover. Okay, next what you're left with is 4 coil packs, and there's connectors that go to each of those. You have to be very careful with removing these connectors because they become super brittle over time as they get older from the heat from your engine. So all you're gonna have to do for this is push down on these tabs and then pull the connector off to disconnect them. So I'm just gonna show you guys a trick. I get a little pick as I push down on the clip. I help lift up the other side a little bit to then be able to wiggle off the connector. Like that. There you go. All right, with all those connectors out of the way, the next step is going to be to remove the 10mm bolt that holds in each single coil. So I already have mine marked, but it would be a great time to number your coils. Just write 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's how you'll know exactly where to put them back. All right, with all the bolts out, you can remove the coils. Okay, next you're gonna get a 3/8 extension with your 5/8 spark plug socket. And I would always recommend doing the long extension on the socket first, in case for whatever reason it gets stuck in there, you still have that end sticking out. So worst case, it would be like that, and you'd be able to kind of wiggle it free. So I'm gonna start with cylinder number 1 over here. And I would not recommend using a gun when you do spark plugs, because if you start to damage those threads in there, then you're out of luck. So once you pull it out, I'm gonna lay these down in order too, just to be able to see if there's any differences. A spark plug can tell you a lot about what's going on in the engine, depending on what color you see up here. Is it burnt? Is there pieces missing? Is it white? It'll tell you if it's running rich or lean. So good thing to look at when you take your spark plugs out and replace them. All right, that's all 4 spark plugs. So you guys can do your own diagnosis of spark plugs. They have a chart online. If you just look up spark plug chart, it could show you the different symptoms that you'll see. So take that, and if you need to use those to diagnose another issue about what's going on inside, now would be the time to do so. All right, so here's our new spark plugs. They're by NGK. I'll have a link down in the description for these. This is the brand that Honda typically uses on most of their vehicles. So just show you guys side by side. You can also compare the part numbers and everything. See, they're both NGK. It's ILZKR7B11S. Again, link will be in the description for all these parts. So identical. You don't have to worry about gapping the spark plug or anything. They're already pre-gapped. So we're just gonna go ahead and install our new spark plugs. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and install the new spark plugs. So we're gonna slide them into our socket. And I'm gonna do it by hand to make sure everything threads in nicely. All right, once you have all your spark plugs in, you're gonna torque them down to 13 foot-pounds. All right, then once the spark plugs are torqued down to 13 foot-pounds, you can go ahead and reinstall your coils. Make sure you're installing these in the correct order that you had them out in. The reason I say that is just because you won't run into nearly as many issues if you just put the same coil back in the same cylinder. Okay, now once the coils are in, we can plug in each of the connectors. Make sure you hear the click on each one of them. Now you can replace your ignition coil bolts. These are 10mm bolts, and you're going to torque these down to 8.8 foot-pounds. Everything looks like it's in solid. All the connectors are good. Go ahead and reinstall your plastic cover. And then your 4 10mm bolts for the cover. These get torqued down to 7.2 foot-pounds. Alright guys, that wraps it up. That's how you install spark plugs on a 2007 to 2011 Honda CRV. This video will relate to many other Hondas and how you do their spark plugs. Pretty much similar process for most of them. This is a 4-cylinder. It would be a little bit different on a 6-cylinder, but the process of taking them out and putting them in is pretty much the same. You just might have to get around a few other things on the engine. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If this helped you guys out, please leave me a like because that helps me out. If you guys are looking for any of the parts, there'll be links down in the description. If you guys have any questions, just leave a comment and I will get back to you. And if you guys are also looking for more of this kind of content, hit that subscribe button because I have plenty more of these videos coming out. Appreciate your guys' support, and I hope this helped you guys today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.